Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, this is season 5, episode 2. They put episode 2 up on demand for Xfinity. It's also up. Pause. The TV is also up on, I think, the app or whatever, so y'all getting it early because it's up early. But let's get started here, okay? If you have not done so already, if you have not done so already, please remember to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Let's get ready to do some breathing. I didn't miss my sinuses. Okay. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay? And remember to relax, relate, to release, and always center yourself and anybody around you because there's so much going on, y'all. It's team too much a lot. It's team too much a lot. Okay. You can also like this video by hitting the like button. You can comment in the comment section because that's where conversation happens and everything. You know what I'm saying? You can hit the little share button to share this video on your social media and stuff. You can follow me on IG and Twitter at J_Lees_Corner because I'll be on there popping off, okay? And all that information is in the description box below. So let's get started. I don't have any photos at all because I watched this at work. Don't say nothing about it. So the producers want us to think that Karen and Ray up there having sex. I don't believe them at all. But we do hear some noise. I'm looking like, what's going on here? But we see Ray sitting up there reading the paper. I'm like, oh, okay, they're not doing that. But Karen is in there exercising with her trainer. Okay, cool. And their new house or whatever, walking around here. Ray come in, do a little laugh, little ditty. Ray him send it in 1 and 2. And 1, 2, 3. He acted like he was gonna work out too, but he did not. You know what I'm saying? Karen brings up how, there's a disconnect between us. Ray is older. He doesn't want to do this or that. He wants to retire. And I'm busy working. Okay, doing this and that and everything. And he no longer says those 3 words to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what 3 words? What could it be, Karen? He doesn't tell her he loves her anymore. He no longer says, I love you. That's sad. That is sad. I mean, a woman wants to hear that from her husband. I mean, it is what it is or whatever. So we then see Monique and Gizelle having lunch and everything, okay? Now, we know that Gizelle has always been jealous of Monique. Ever since Monique first came onto the scene and Gizelle tried to kind of embarrass her or tried to insinuate that Monique did not have no house. And she said, no, I have 4 houses. I have 4. Okay. Ever since then, they've had like a bit of a, you know what I'm saying, you want some bullshit thing or whatever. But they both admit how they've never had like a real issue to where, they can't come back from it or whatever, or they can't move forward or whatever. So, this is them trying to move forward or whatever. So Monique brings up how, Gizelle is always easier to get along with when she's getting some dick. You know what I'm saying? And then right now, she's getting some anointed dick. And I'm like, what she is. And we all know, good dick will put you in a good mood. Hi. Okay. Anyway, so, they discuss Ashley and how, it seems like, she's not leaving the house so much. It seems like from her social media that she seems to maybe in her feelings or whatever. First mom stuff. Some first time moms don't want to leave the baby by themselves. It is really thundering out there, and stuff. So she just, nervous about being a first time mom and what can harm her baby, and they can tell that or whatever. So they're like, we should have an Ashley come out the house party. Okay, it can be fun or whatever. Again, since she's been in the house so much, we can invite all the ladies. Now they do say we're gonna have finger food. So that way they don't need no knives and no forks. And that way, Candace can't attack nobody with it or whatnot. So, Gizelle brings up how, Ashley's had a tough year, with all stuff with Michael, the whole pregnancy stuff, beefing with people or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But she brings up how Candace was the worst person to Ashley based on everything going on, because Candace just never let up off Ashley's neck. And I don't want to say that as in any aspect of Ashley's innocent, because we know she can give it too. And I mean, a lot of people say she deserved what she got, but I also feel like at some point Ashley stopped being a bitch and stopped being extra, and Candace just kept poking. But we're gonna find out why a little bit later or whatnot. So, they want Candace to apologize to Ashley at this dinner because of the things that she was posting about Ashley as Ashley was in labor having a baby. She posted some mean, nasty, vile, petty, childish, over the top shit all over Twitter, and it was just saying too much or whatever. Okay, now they also get us how they feel like it's strange that Candace invited Charisse to her wedding, anniversary party. Because I like to say, like, how did they even become friends? Like, that's just kind of weird or whatever. So Monique brings up how, Candace is aware that I'm at odds with Charisse because of lies Charisse has been spreading about my marriage, okay? And I don't know why she would invite her and at least not tell me. Like, at least give me a heads up because you know me and her, ain't cool or whatever. So the rumor is, okay, that Monique was cheating on her husband with her trainer, and that her youngest son, the one she just had, may not have been Chris's baby. And Monique said, like, the reason I'm so pissed is because, now Monique didn't say the rumor, Gizelle did, okay? Because again, everybody has heard what, has been said and whatnot. And Monique said, this rumor caused issues in my marriage. Because it does not matter how strong your marriage is, if there's rumors that your wife cheated on you and that baby may not be yours, okay? And you may just believe it, okay? It just may be believable. Why is my... Oh, that's not the thing. So it just may be believable or whatever. And so that can cause an issue, even if the only issue is you and your husband for like a week had to discuss it. That's still something. If your husband even had to question you and say, why are they saying you fuck that man? Like, that's still an issue in a marriage or whatever. So, I mean, I digress. So, she doesn't want to discuss it any further. She does not want to talk about the rumor, in her confessional. And I think she mean me and Chris has moved past is that I don't want to say it out loud and give it breath and give it air and give it life. Like, y'all heard it. I ain't got to say it. I'm pretty sure the other ladies will say it anyway. Okay, boom. So, we have that and whatnot. We then have Ashley at home. It wasn't much. She's at home. She had a baby. Baby Dean is 3 months, looking like Dean. Looking like his daddy. And, she's meeting with a lactation specialist because she had issues, breastfeeding when the baby was first born. And so she still sees the lactation specialist, now whatnot. The mom comes over and she tells the mom and the lady how, I'm just overwhelmed, struggling a little bit with letting go and not always worrying about the baby. Again, first time mom jitters is what it is. And they're like, it's okay. It's normal, it's a bit of postpartum as well. So, like, that all comes with, some first time moms. But you need to get out of this damn house. Like, get your ass out the house or whatever. She do need it. Now, Candace and Wendy meet up for lunch or whatever. We know Wendy's a new girl. She is a doctor. She has a PhD. She is a professor. Is it at Hampton? At Howard? At Princeton? At some college. Some, good college and whatnot. She's married, she has 3 kids and everything. So she's this accomplished person or whatever who's been added to the show. And I think she will be a good addition. But we shall see. Okay? Now, Candace brings up how I met her at some function and we hit it off or whatever, and now we're friends. Which to me means I did meet her somewhere and we friends for the show. I haven't known her long outside of the show. I maybe met her 6 months to a year ago, and now she on the show. That's what it means to me. Anyway, so Wendy brings up a girl how she had a baby recently. Her baby and Ashley's baby was born like 3 weeks within each other, whatever. And Candace brings up, I want kids. I want them, but I also don't want to make the same mistakes that were made with me. Because we all know Candace's mama fucked her up. Okay, Candace is as horrible as she is because of her mama. But I also feel like she's aware of her bad behavior. She's aware of how bad her mom is. She just chooses to still be that way. She chooses to be an asshole who I don't like. But I digress. But it's a good thing that she's questioning having kids because she don't know how to mother. because her mother didn't mother her right. So I mean, I get it or whatever. Now, she asked Wendy how she feels about the other ladies and everything, and I'm saying, how did you like them? Oh, I thought they were all pleasant and sweet. It was fine. But it's funny that Karen, I've met her, I've known her for like 2 years, and every time she sees me, she says, "Nice to meet you." But I've met her, on other occasions or whatever, and that's just funny to me. And I'm like, we know there's probably some issues there that we don't know about this shit. Okay, I don't know. But again, I also feel like I can meet someone once at some other function, and then I meet them again at another function. I don't remember you because you were just, hey, I have been at my job for over 5 years. There are still people who work there whose name I do not know. And if I met them outside of work, I would say, "Nice to meet you." So she then say, well, Gizelle, she can haze people. So, don't be, if that happened, no. I'm a professor. I'm saying the class is always open for me to read. So I thought, if she can't haze me, that ain't gonna happen. Well, no, she's better when she's getting some dick. So she may be good. Now I'm looking like, y'all know I don't like Candace. Anyway, we move on from that. We then see Candace and Karen meet up for drinks, basically just so that we can see that she got the invitation to come to Ashley's party or whatever. And she does, like, I think it'll be fine, a new baby and dinner to welcome the baby or whatever. No, a new baby and a dinner for Ashley can be a good starting point, a good place for us to try to move forward and start a new friendship. Girl, but you do have some explaining to do. Okay, you can't just assume, oh, we're gonna move forward from here. Nah, bitch, we need to address what happened right before the baby popped out. Okay, anyway, we do see Ashley at home, and she gets a call from Monique, who's like, you ready for the party, for the dinner? She's like, yeah, but, can I bring the baby? She's like, no, you can't bring the baby. This is a night out with your girls, whatever. You need this night out, so put the baby away and come on out with us or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's good. She's like, well, I'm excited about it or whatever. She's happy that Monique and Gizelle are getting along and planning this, event, okay? But she's also just happy to have a night out, okay? I need it out, it's fine or whatever. And so when Monique said, I invited this girl named Wendy, who's new, she's a new cast member, and I also, we invited Candace, and she was like, like, no, I don't want to do that. But she brings up, I'm fine, it's fine. And, it's as long as she's not her usual, typical, evil, maniacal kind of stuff, I think it's fine. And I also feel like, if she wants to apologize, I'm open to hearing her apology for the shit that she's done. I'm like, well, that's fine, okay. We do see Gizelle and Juan meet up, and I don't know what he wants to meet for. I don't know why we're here. I'm so nervous. For what? If your good friends, man, calls you and say, hey, I need to meet you for dinner real quick, he's either proposing to her and he needs your help, or, he already proposed, she passed out, and he needs you to come pick her body up. One of the two, okay? But it ain't nothing to be nervous about or whatever. So Juan then goes about how he loves Robin, how great she is, how he hasn't been perfect, how he has grown tremendously over all these years or whatever, and blah 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 blah. I love Robin, she loves me too, and I want to propose to her. Oh my God, I am so happy. That is amazing, to see him and hear him speak, how much he loves her is great. Okay, I can't wait for it or whatever. And she's happy, whatever. So now she's going to kind of help him, prepare to propose to Robin. And he asks, so we have a ring yet? He's like, no, I need to get one designed. When Gizelle said, because she said, well, how many years, have y'all, been together? He's like, well, total, all the time, it's been 24 years. She then said, yeah, get a ring with 24 diamonds. I'm like, they can't afford that. Juan and Robin do not need to go in debt on a fucking engagement ring. It don't need to happen. Now, depending on how many carats her first ring was, I agree to double this. If the first ring was a carat, you can get a 2 carats. Even if the first ring was 2 carats, you can possibly get her a 4. But I don't want. They already need a new house. Okay, they need a lot. They can't be spending money, you know what I'm saying, all willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? They can't be doing that at all or whatever. But again, she's happy that they gonna get engaged and stuff like that. Now, they talk a little bit about her and Jamal. And they kind of compared the two a while, with Robin and... This is my thing with Robin and Juan, too. People fail to realize how, even in marriage, people have issues. And some people will stay married and be just as distant and not together as Juan and Robin was when they chose to divorce. Now, so I feel like they get a bad rap for not fully separating, not fully divorcing. But I feel like it's because Robin knew she didn't really want to not be with Juan. And I feel like Juan knew in some way he wanted to just torture Robin for losing all that money. So I feel like it's a good thing that they didn't really separate. You know what I'm saying? Married couples do that all the time. They be beefed out, hate each other, but they stay married, and then later on, a couple years later, they fine. You know what I'm saying? And they happy they did not divorce. I think it's a great thing that they did divorce. They still stayed a family in some sort of way or whatever, and now they're in a different, space in their relationship. But I think that's cool. Now, as far as Jamal and Gizelle, who did divorce and divorced for 12 years, and now they're trying to get back together. The difference is with Juan and Robin, their kids have only known their parents, together. Not couple-wise, but even it was still together in the house or whatever. Whereas Giselle's daughters have no idea what it's ever been like for their parents to be together. And that's why it's different. And also, I still feel like Gizelle and Jamal is on some bullshit, and her daughters are just using intuition to know daddy on some bullshit. We love daddy, but daddy ain't shit. And saying we need to protect mommy from daddy because daddy ain't shit. And mama is blind because, she getting daddy thick. We ain't got time for it or whatever. But I digress. Now we see Candace at home acting like she pregnant. I'm like, girl, we do not believe you. Chris, because we see her in the bathroom, the little sad music. Do, 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 or whatever. And then she going to Chris. I just peed on a stick. He was like, for what? You think you pregnant? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, really? The fact that he was like, what the fuck you do that for? Like, shit, he knows you not knocked up. The fact that we know for a fact that Candace and Chris use condoms. She's not pregnant, okay? Even though I know Kyle's in 100%, but still, she's not pregnant. She then said, well, the test came back negative. He's like, oh, okay, that's fine or whatever. And he's like, I'm ready for kids. Like, I'm ready for kids. Like, we can put the timeline up or whatever, but I also feel like, I knew you wasn't pregnant because, one, we have not been having much sex at all. And again, they use condoms. So, he then say, like, lately, like, we just have not been doing it that much. Well, because you only want sex in the morning. He says because any other time I have to wait for you to take your face off. And I don't have time for that. It seemed too much. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's a good thing to bring up, okay? And I feel like she says so in the morning when her face is bare or whatever, it's just easier for him to convince her to have sex. The fact that she has to be convinced by her husband of 1 year to fuck is kind of crazy. Look, my thing is, good dick is available to go into a vagina at any time with a married couple who enjoys sex with each other. Ain't no way I would make my man wait until I washed my makeup off my face to have sex. No, it's just gonna go down. Okay, the makeup will be sweated off eventually anyway. It's not even a big deal. Or to stop wearing that much makeup all the time. I mean, but I digress. Cause she don't work. So what's the makeup for? Where you going? To my house? I digress. Anyway, she brings up how one thing I want to say is I'm scared to have a kid. I'm scared that I won't be able to mother. I cannot even mother a child, based on how I was raised. No. Based on the mothering that Candace has, based on the fact that Candace is herself as an asshole, Candace don't need kids right now. Candace needs to grow up about a good 5 more years. A good 5 to 7 years, I will like Candace because she'll be a little bit more of an adult. She's still immature and childish now. And her having a baby, she would put that same toxic shit into a kid. She don't need that right now, not at all. And when she then said, there's a part of me that envies Ashley because she knew for a fact that she could be and wanted to be a mom, and I don't have that in me. And I said that's why she kept fucking with Ashley. The fact that Ashley was adamant, yes, I want a child, and I'm going to try for a child. Candace put her own insecurities about not being able to be a mother or think she can be a mother onto Ashley. That's the whole reason she did it. She just told on herself because the way you don't want kids for real. That was her speaking it out because she couldn't tell anybody else that. So let me put that on Ashley, and I'm like, that's why I don't like Candace at all. And it's one thing for you to have a real issue with someone. It's something else when you know for a fact you're pushing your own insecurities on another woman and then kept going at her because of how you feel that you can't be a mother. Okay, that's some bullshit. So at the little got the house party for Ashley, we see Monique and Gizelle, setting up the little restaurant. It was not a private event or whatnot, but they're setting up their little table or whatnot and putting place guards there. And then Giselle's like, I went to see Ashley, and she gave me some information. Okay, I know I always play with the little dent in my chin all the time. But you know what I'm saying. She gave me some information that that Candace made it her job, okay, to be sure to befriend Sharice when you and her was beefed out. Meaning she got friendly with Sharice so that her and Sharice could go against Monique. And so Monique felt like we were supposed to be working on our friendship or whatever. So why would she do that? That's literally plotting behind my back. Because Candace is a bitch. Let's leave it there. Anyway, we then see everybody get there one by one. Yay, yay, yay. Hi, hi, hi. Now, they're all happy to see Ashley. Ashley's new mom or whatever. And then we see Candace and she comes in with Wendy. And I feel like when Candace came in, like the evil music, dun 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 dun, like a shark fin song or whatever came in, because I think Candace will be the villain this season. And then they all sit down, like she gives Ashley a hug, and they hi, and it was whatever, and so they all sit down and whatnot. Ashley thanked them all for being there, thanked them all for being supportive. You know what I'm saying? She brings up how she's having a sip and see coming up, and she wants them all to be there. And I'm like, well, that's nice, so whatever. She brings up how she ripped her butthole. I'm like, that's part of having babies sometime or whatnot, so that's fine. We then see, they say, well, how was the diamond and denim party? The fashions was horrible, okay? Because, of course, only Ashley wasn't there and whatnot. So, it was fine, this and fine that or whatever. And then we see we see Monique say, I was, out there, dodging a walrus. I said, a walrus? Girl. And they said, oh, she was talking about Sharice. Candace looking like, oh, shit. I didn't even know that, you guys, had real, issues like that. And the fact that everyone looked like, bitch. Lying. And Monique even, of course she knew. Everyone here has heard what Sharice said, so she bullshitted and said that she had no idea that we had issues like that. Why would I not have an issue with someone who told people that I cheated on my husband and my baby ain't my husband's child? Bitch, of course we at odds or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But she's like, what, we can talk about that later. We won't discuss that here. So they then ask, have you and Chris went on your honeymoon yet? And she's like, well, no. They're like, what? Not yet, because again, they've been married for a year, had a whole married party, but still have not went on a honeymoon or whatever. And I'm looking like, So Monique then said, well, y'all should have took that money y'all paid for the party and had a honeymoon. I'm like, girl, that $5,000 ain't gonna go no further than the Potomac Falls driveway or something or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, and plus it was a cash bar, so they clearly are, hard up for cash. So when she said that though, Candace's face was like, bitch, but it's true. Okay, and we know that Candace is no longer living off her mama's money, so she kind of broke. So they then bring up, have a honeymoon, go away with your husband, have some good sex, some no condom sex, and then Wendy then say, yeah, y'all had sex, but y'all use condoms, and she was like, well, yeah. It's like, who gets married and then has sex with, like, you need to consummate your marriage. And Monique said, I told you. I also feel like if you are a married couple and you've never had unprotected sex, is y'all even fucking right? Like, girl, you feels like heaven. Okay, anyway, stop. So, they all, laugh about that or whatever. And so Monique and Gizelle then kind of shift gears and whatever. Say, we're all women here. We're all mothers here and there. We're a sisterhood. We should say we're a sisterhood. And we all have had issues here and there. Like I'm saying, people have been able to move past this and move past that. I'm saying, me and so on. So they then say we think that maybe Ashley and Candace can hopefully talk and move forward with things or whatever. So Candace, like, well, I don't think this conversation, should be had here at the table. You know what I'm saying? I do want us to be able to have common ground and to respect one another, whatever, and be able to agree to disagree. And we can hopefully get together, eventually separately from this group and have a conversation. And so Ash, like, well, okay, I get that. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, yes, that can happen. But I also feel like your actions need to match your energy, okay? And you constantly throw jabs, you know what I'm saying, little snap remarks and shit behind my back. So it's hard for me to want to keep trying with you when you keep doing that bullshit. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, okay? And then Ken, like, I'm not going to engage with you when you have an audience. I'm like, but y'all all have an audience. Y'all are literally on television recording stuff for who? The audience. And not only that, I like how Abby being like, but you have an audience too. Like, it's not just me, you whatever. And so Robin then bring up, Candace, you should just say I'm sorry for, the crazy mess that happened before, whatever, and move forward. We then see Gizelle, like, and have you even said I'm sorry? No. Have you even told her, congratulations on the birth of her son or whatever? So, like, each person is like going at Candace, and I do feel, I'm not gonna say bad. I can understand if Candace would have been aggravated with everyone coming at her one by one with what she could have done, what she did not do, and all this stuff or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And then ask, like, I don't even want her to speak, on my child, because she was the main one being so adamant that me and Michael did not even want him in the first place. I'm like, she sure was. She sure the fuck was. Whatever. And so, is this a dinner about Ashley or about me? Like, is this a bash Candace party? Like, well, no, we're not bashing, whatever. We're just trying to, get to the root of the issue. Like, it's an elephant in the room, and we trying to just address it and move past it, but not. And saying, and then we see both Monique and Gizelle, like, because Candace keep, like, well, let's move on. Like, don't talk about it. Like, well, no, we can't not discuss it because it hasn't been addressed. It's kind of been ignored, and we want to stop ignoring shit and just fix it. We here to fix shit. Well, no, shut the fuck up. Fuck all y'all. And I'm like, well, okay, Candace, fuck them all, okay? And I mean, I get her frustration. I really, really do. I don't care. I don't care, but I can completely understand the reason as to why she's frustrated. And I think I like the most what Robin said. You can as easily say, you know what I'm saying, I apologize for the bullshit that went all that mess. I'm sorry. And that can be the start of it. Not even a full breakdown conversation, but to try to avoid taking any responsibility for what you said is what aggravates people, Candace. And that's why I don't like you. But anyway, that was the whole episode or whatever. Again, y'all got this early because y'all lucky that Bravo had it up early. And I'm done. Peace.